Also on XM, as we go over there, I am really psyched today. I think at like 10 or something here, or in an hour from now, Danny DeVito is calling in.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Great Danny DeVito. I'm really psyched.
Danny DeVito.
Yes. Jimmy's getting prepared for the Danny DeVito phone call.
Just a couple of thoughts.
Oh,
I love
Taxi.
It's embarrassingly funny. It's like. It's sickening how good that show was.
You know, when I can't sleep and I get up a little earlier than my alarm, it's on before the local news, and I sit through it every morning.
He's just fucking made every moment he was in funny. It was mind-bending how good he was.
I think Andy Kaufman may have taken away from how great he was in that series.
Kaufman was funny, but I mean...
The whole cast except for Jeff Conway.
Right, or the original John in the first season.
Wait, who was it?
See, a lot of people don't remember John. He was the Chuck from Happy Days.
Yeah, there was another driver that kind of disappeared.
The Chuck?
No, not the same guy, but I'm saying the same thing where he's just gone all of a sudden.
Situation where there was a character, another driver, and then he just kind of disappeared.
And they didn't replace him?
No, it didn't replace him.
Holy shit, I had no idea, and I love Taxi. First season?
Yeah.
Yep, and he was married, he had a wife, and she was a character.
Who played that?
Do not remember. Never saw him again.
Probably killed himself.
They just realized the audience hated this guy, and they just said goodbye.
I just think they couldn't find any niche for him. Like any you had, I mean, at least Bobby Wheeler was the actor, and Tony Danza was great as the fighter. I mean, they all had a thing, but this guy was just kind of a schlub. And, you know, Judd Hirsch, what are you going to be, a better schlub than Judd Hirsch? Fucking, what a cast.
Oh, wow, Danny DeVito's calling in, so, all right.
No, he's not yet.
I don't see...
he's not calling for a while.
I don't see that.
Who told you he's not calling?
Don't worry about that.
How long a while, Fan?
Somebody better imitate Danny DeVito to save my ass.
I know a comic named Danny DeVito. It's spelled D-E-V-I-D-O.
Right.
And he actually had to change it to Danny Vermont. So, fucking, you know, because he couldn't.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Danny's on the phone, though.
I don't see that line.
Hollywood
that line is not even...
All right. Hey, Danny.
That line isn't even,
Danny?
No. You'll see it light up, and you'll see Danny DeVito, the name.
All right. We have to make a pact right
dead?
now.
Okay, I won't pin him.
How long do we wait for Danny DeVito?
Give him a few minutes after 11.
Yeah, because...
No, I want an exact time, because I know how this plays out.
11:10.
I have a decorator to see today.
I say 11.
We're shock jocks, dude.
Shocking. And it's shocking that I'm doing this. That's the shocking part.
I'm starting to think it might not be.
You're turning into Metro Jocks.
Metro Jocks.
Metro Jocks. I say 11:10.
I
say 11. I'll say 11:07.
I say no show.
11 o'clock.
No, I say 11:10.
Well, how about, Jimmy, you just sit around?
I would. To interview Danny DeVito, I would.
You sit around and take phone calls.
Yeah,
You're going to be very disappointed.
I'll wait, but
he'll call. I guarantee he calls
I'm going to
in.
give you I told you so's.
Guarantee he'll call in.
Doesn't the publicist realize we leave at 11 officially? So can we find out when he's calling, if it's confirmed?
Ben says it is, and he'll call at 11 or a moment or two after. He's Danny DeVito. This is not just some schlub.
Calling him. Can't call a man like Danny DeVito like that.
He'll call. We're not just wasting time. We're having fun with a capital F. I'm going to ask some good questions, too. How does it feel to be an actor?
What do you do with your hands?
I'll answer that, though. I'm sure he hasn't seen Lucky Louie. Oh, you can bet I'll toss that in. You know, just two men of the same ilk discussing something.
Of course.
Two sitcom legends.
I, too, will wait for Danny DeVito to call.
I think it's going to be worth it. How often do we get a guy like that and voted by
Never.
TV Guide the fucking best sitcom character ever?
And we will never get it.
We will. I think you're being a naysayer. The man got up late. It happens.
Nay.
I was supposed to call in a few times into the show, and I'm a member of it, and I would oversleep when I was in L.A. Right? Remember, guys? We would talk.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens.
Line 11. Yeah. And it's... Who is it?
Let's go to it.
It's... Who is it? No.
Someone effing with us.
Who's on line 11?
Travis, what do you know?
What do you know, Travis? Come on in here. door barely has to crack.
Roland's talking to someone right now. I don't know.
Is she?
Someone with Danny DeVito.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, that's all. Roland's probably prepping him.
All right, get rolling in here.
Well, Roland's talking.
He's gonna be on in 2 minutes. He's calling right back.
There you go.
Oh.
The publicist calls saying he's calling, so they're getting ready for him. 2 minutes.
All
2
right.
minutes.
2 minutes. It's 11 o'clock. You do realize that.
I told you before 11:10.
We go home at 11. You do realize that.
I don't care if people are paying.
Show that.
What?
Line 8.
Danny DeVito. Did you see the back of it, though?
DeVito.
No.
2 minutes.
I'd like one.
It's now past 2 minutes. We look really
No, it's not.
silly.
This was scheduled for
And by the way,
10 o'clock. That's what I see. Danny DeVito, phoner, 10 a.m. Okay, it is now 11 a.m. And, yeah.
working on getting me a computer from the other place.
Well, that'll be nice.
End
for
of
you.
August.
End of August? Why so long?
I don't know. I just want to be loved.
I don't see the,
What questions are you going to ask
Line
Danny
ring.
DeVito? We got to
Yeah, give us a little
we got to
thing
stretch.
Hey, how you doing? I don't know. What are you talking about? All I want to do is
How
praise him.
about War of the Roses?
Dude,
His role in War of the Roses.
he's been
pivotal.
in some amazing
Pivotal.
films.
Just amazing is right.
Guy's hilarious.
Amazing actor. What's the new show?
It's called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's on FX
Right.
Thursdays
All right.
at 10 o'clock.
Do we have an update on Danny DeVito? We're in bonus time.
I heard, Opie, that
Probably on the bowl.
like a minute and 45 seconds ago, I heard that it was going to be 2 minutes.
Right. All right.
He produced Pulp Fiction.
Really?
Yeah.
We gotta ask him some Pulp
Produced?
Fiction questions.
Yeah, he produced, obviously, Pulp Fiction.
All right.
He produced Get Shorty, Aaron Brockovich. I mean, you know.
This could be one of our bigger interviews.
Produce?
Danny DeVito, yeah.
Right up there with Richard Dreyfuss, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Look at
Is
his
he
resume.
up? Is he at Richard Dreyfuss level though?
Danny
Really?
DeVito?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he was in Cuckoo's Nest. He's fucking Louis from Taxi. I mean, Dreyfuss is Dreyfuss, but film-wise. But look at the movies he's been in. Twins, Throw Mama from the Train.
Twins.
Twins. Wow.
Who did I play in Twins? Give me my name.
Phil Connor.
Phil Connor.
Was that Arnold's name in that or no?
It's Groundhog Day.
Oh.
It's the only fake name I know.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, of course. I told you guys.
All right. You got him. There. Mm-hmm. Where?
11.
One second.
I know if Travis hits the wrong button, he's fired.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Danny DeVito.
Hey,
What's going on, Danny?
hey, Opie and Anthony.
That is Danny DeVito.
What's happening, you guys?
It is confirmed. Danny DeVito is calling
I
into
am.
our show.
We were worried you weren't going to call in. We're very happy you did.
Really?
We're a little gun shy with big
God.
stars.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Well, seeing it's this, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning where I am.
where are you,
in
the Philippines?
I'm only kidding. It's like, I had to get up early to do it.
It is early, though.
You guys, I'd do anything.
You probably... Oh, thank you, Mr.
Danny,
DeVito.
can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah,
Do
please.
you even know who we are?
I haven't the foggy.
See?
That's what we like.
All right, we like
Some
the
honesty.
We like the honesty.
I prefer a lie.
No,
Like, yeah, you guys are great. I'm a fan.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Because this poor guy, you got a whole list of people you got to call today, and you got to make believe you're friends with all of them, right?
You got that ring to your voice, you know?
Oh,
That's
yeah, it
really
sounds
good.
familiar.
That friendly ring.
I think I worked with you before. Yeah, you must know Jimmy Norton, star
Oh,
of
Lord.
HBO's Lucky Louie.
Of course.
He doesn't know. Finally, thank God he doesn't know. I would be so pissed if Danny DeVito knew Jimmy. Because occasionally people come in, big celebrities, well, not big, middle of the line guys, and they know Jimmy. They turn around and go, oh, I've seen your stand-up, or oh, I saw you on Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn, or something.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off, because Jimmy
I
then...
thought you were kidding me.
No, I'm a comic. My name is Jim Norton, and occasionally somebody very famous will know who I am. But it's normally not somebody I love, like yourself. That's usually the rule. If I love somebody, they've never heard of me or seen me. What made you want to go back to TV? I mean, you got such a great film career. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I got all the stuff going and everything. But the idea is that It's Always Sunny is, it's like written by these young, talented people, and it's very, very edgy. And I saw the first season. They did a season, seven shows, and I thought it was really terrific. It had themes they took on, like crazy ass stuff that they started doing. And then when Landgraf, who was the head of the company there, he said, they were thinking of adding a character. I said, well, maybe, I'd give it a think, a little, try. If the character is, kind of organic and has an edge that doesn't seem tacked on. So they went out and they wrote 10 shows, and they actually pitched me a really good idea, and then I said yeah, and then they wrote these wonderful 10 shows, and I play the father of two of the people on there. And it's like getting up in the morning. You know how you get up in the morning, you really want to go to work, that kind of thing. You're looking for that.
I remember that.
I had it many, many times. Yeah, I know you don't have it now, but I mean, like, I remember that, lots and lots of shows, movies that happened, and I have this same feeling now with this. It's Always Sunny. You get there, and there's always fresh, funny kind of things that you're doing. Like my sisters live in Jersey. They live down the shore, and they're a little older than I am, and they always watch my career, and they go. And, I can always tell what's going on with them. They go, like, they call me after they saw this first show, and they went,
That's it.
Yeah,
saw you on television again.
Again,
yeah.
that Jersey honesty.
Yep. I saw you on television again.
Like the first time was nothing.
It's not like the first show. This show is like, you were talking about cripples. I said, well, Ange, like, the thing about it is, like, the guy got hit by a car. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, the guy got hit by a car, and then, he had to be put in a wheelchair. He had broke his legs. And we took him to a strip bar so that he could have some fun. But we noticed that all the girls were going around him. So we decided to all go get wheelchairs and come back into the bar and get some women. And so, it's a show for a lot of people, but not for, like, my 75-year-old sister.
You obviously, I mean, look, you were voted, I mean, when for obviously as Louis De Palma, I mean, TV Guide voted you best sitcom character in history.
Yes.
And I obviously, there are things that you guys tackled in that show. One of my favorite moments ever is, you remember when you drove Zena's girlfriend home? And she was on pills, so you open mouth kissed her and then wound up sleeping with her.
It's like a date rape.
And then the next morning she sobers up and she goes, "Were you taller?" And he realizes that she's sobering up. He goes, "Do you want more pills? I'll get you pills."
You could not get away with that.
It's amazing, the content stuff. And I always thought Louis was so great. And I haven't seen this new character because even as great as Carol O'Connor was, or Hawkeye Pierce, but Louis, the way you did it is like you were not only funny and vicious, but really obviously like lonely and wounded, and I think that's what made people love you so much.
Yeah, I think you're going to really respond to this character, Frank. I've done 10 episodes every Thursday night. What I do is I go. It's like that ritual, now that you got a show on the air. I go watch it at Thursday night, and I really hold it up. I really look at it under a fine-tooth comb. And I feel that this stuff is really, really pumping right up to the level of where we were in Taxi. It's like you can't go back again.
Right.
But it's got this kind of edgy, new kind of quality to it that is, and also you get to do a lot more things on FX than you were able.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
You got a lot more freedom over there.
You got a little bit more freedom, yeah, and
And the more popular the show gets, the more freedom you seem to get over there.
You get, you push the envelope a little bit, and you have some racy fun.
What's some of the differences though between back then taping a TV show and now?
We're shooting this on. This is a show that was. I don't know if you know the history of the show. Was put on by these guys. Rob McElhaney, Glenn Howerton, Charlie Day, and this woman, Caitlin Olsen. She's adorable. She plays my daughter, Unfortunately, I won't get the banger. And,
well, you never know where next season could take you.
You never know. But the show's difference is they did a pilot. They did their own pilot for like $100 or something, just with the tape cost.
Jesus.
And then they sold it to FX 2 years ago. And so they're innovative, like they're a story in themselves, just the fact that they got this on the air. And then the first season was like really good, very good writing, and they put it all together themselves. And then now the second season has really come up even a couple of notches, and we shoot on DV, digital video.
Digital video.
And we it's very, you don't see a dolly track ever. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about just technically differences. You don't see the big bulky cameras. We shoot with 2, sometimes 3 cameras. We shoot in environments. We we have a bar. We have a office. We have a thing. We have an outside. We go on the street.
So it's a lot different than the traditional.
It's a lot different than the traditional way we shot. A Taxi, where it was confined to the stage with the audience and the stuff. Which is not. I'm not poo-pooing that. I'm just saying that in the world we live in today, those technologies that have been discovered to be really very valuable are being put to use, and it's freedom. It gives you more freedom.
Do you laugh when you watch yourself on Taxi?
I do. I get a kick out of myself.
Remember the episode? Obviously, this is annoying fan questions, but there was an episode where you guys went back to where you were before you became who you are, and you were talking to the old dispatcher, and you said your wife's peach slop gives me the trots. You've said some of the funniest things in the history of television. It was just so brutal when the relative died, and you said how, and she told you when, and you said, I said how, you old bat. It was unapologetic, and just, that's what television is. There was everything about Louis should not have been likable, and yet it was the greatest.
Yeah. No, he's a rare.
How you pulled that off,
bird.
Yep.
Martini and Cuckoo's Nest. Your resume.
Oh my God!
I'm a stand-up, and I do a little bit of acting, and I want to just blow my brains out when I look at your resume. It's like you have done so many brilliant things.
You just got to keep doing what you do. That's the thing.
I bet a dime. And then you tried to bet a nickel. You broke the cigarette, and you just wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
I'm really happy that you're back doing a show like this, man.
Thank you. I'm really happy.
Yeah. When can we see this?
It's every Thursday at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
All right.
On FX with Danny DeVito.
Busy man, Danny DeVito. They're telling us now we got to let you go.
Thank you for all the great moments in the last, man. It's an honor to talk to you today.
Beautiful, man.
And good luck with the show.
Thank you.
All right, Danny DeVito.
Right.
Thanks.
Take care, Danny.
Nice speaking with you.
You too, buddy.
There he goes. Look at that. Danny DeVito.
Nice guy.
You got to talk to Danny DeVito.
And he's nice.
Yeah.
Jimmy, you did a great job.
Yeah. You know how close?
Well, I got it. This is Greg Hughes, the actor that plays Opie on the Opie and Anthony show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And
Greg Hughes.
There are times I get a very bad rap that I'm an asshole.
Uh-huh.
I did write this down, and I showed it to Anthony.
Can you show me?
You did see that I was trying to get something going with Anthony, right?
I didn't.
I started looking over here because I was.
I read it. I read it and agreed wholeheartedly.
He
by
gave
the way,
the thumbs up, and then I got to be honest. This is Greg Hughes showing I have a heart. I couldn't do it on little Jimmy.
Let me see it.
Read what that says at the bottom of that page, written in Opie's hand in ink, bottom right corner.
No, you can't.
What does it say?
I would have got a.
What does it say?
Huge laugh. You would have been pissed. End of show.
What does it say?
Hanging up on Danny.
Hanging up on Danny DeVito.
I was going to give the big intro. This is how it was going to play out in my head, and then I just couldn't do it. I was like, Danny DeVito, everybody, the star of blah blah blah. Danny, you're late calling. Yeah, well, the show's over. We got to go home. Good day, sir.
Click. Which would have, first, let me...
Jimmy might have cried.
The panic ripples in the office, because we would have ruined our relationship with the publicist. Jimmy would have, just been so pissed off, he would have stormed out of the studio.
But it would have been worth it.
It would have been.
I know it would have been worth it.
Here's why it would have been a bad move. I think because the guy has he's contributed so much. He's been so great. You got to respect the guy. You got it. You can't do it.
He hit it up when you said, be honest, do you know who we are? And he was like, no idea.
And he was funny, and he was nice,
good.
and he laughed at the taxi stuff. He was great, man.
Yeah.
And he wasn't that late. That was the problem I had, too.
No, damn it. Only an hour.
It felt a little too forced.
Only an hour late.
He was a nice guy, and he was fucking Louis De Palma.
You gotta cut him
wife's
slack.
peach slop gives me the trots.
That was a fun way to end the show.
Holy shit.
That was great.
All I wanted to do was quote his own lines to him.
I know, and he liked it.
All day.
Dude.
You would have just been that guy.
You want pills? I'll get you more pills. Oh, it's great.
You need to play Jimmy's cock gobbling sound for Danny. That's good. Jimmy sounded just like Chris Farley. We know the.
I know. I'm a dumb fan.
And by the way, I've declared that bringing up the Chris Farley bit is now worse than the Chris Farley bit. If you bring up like, hey, you sound like Chris Farley. Remember when Chris Farley did the bit about and he had Paul McCartney on? Whoever brings that up anymore now sounds like the Chris Farley bit.
And thank you, Roland, for making this interview happen. I think it was Roland, right?
Yes.
Good boy, Roland.
Okay.
He's an animal, Roland.